Tommy, man, good to have you back.
Thank you.
So why have you come back?
Yeah, it's a really good question. So I originally came because I get caught up in my thoughts. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people, I really struggle sometimes to go to sleep because my mind's going round. It's getting caught up in problems, challenges, how I'm going to deal with them. And this place has given me the tools to be able to find a couple of moments of peace within that. And coming back is to reinforce that practice.
Yeah.
Because the world keeps on dragging me back in. That's the nature of the world, the chaos of the system.
Drags us all back in, doesn't it?
And it's bonkers when you see it from this perspective,
Yeah.
that you can tap into these moments of peace, you tap into that connection to whatever the universe is, whatever's out there. And that is super powerful. So to be able to deepen the practice, to continue it, and to reinforce. And I'd also say as well, it's the people here.
Yeah.
The energy is palpable, like you can feel it. Everyone's here for the same reason, to be able to connect, to be able to find those moments of peace in the storm. And that really gives me strength to be able to deal with those challenges head on, as opposed to finding ways to run away or finding ways to subdue those thoughts that might not be too healthy.
Yeah.
So the way that I'd put it is I always think of meditation as gym for the mind. And this is like an assault course, or it teaches you how to deal with the assault course.
Yeah, I love that.
And just raising the vibration so that you can connect on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Connect to whatever you think is out there, connect to other people, connect to yourself, and really find that true self. Because that's where I'm finding my strength comes from now.
Yeah. And mindfulness is a practice, isn't it?
It's a practice.
So you don't learn it, you practice it.
It's very simple. It's bringing your mind back to now.
Yeah.
The past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist, they're just figments of our imagination. And previously, before I came to these retreats, I used to think of meditation as like I said, using the analogy of gym. I used to be like, okay, how many minutes can I meditate for, and track that? But that detracts from the practice.
Yeah.
And you add these variables that you've learned over time to try and add order to it.
Yeah.
But it's not that, it's just continuing to practice.
Yeah.
Just continuing to bring your thoughts back to the present moment, to focus on now, and they start to quiet after a while. They start to quiet. Don't get me wrong, the world always pulls something out to try and bring you back into the chaos.
Society, it just drags us back in though, doesn't it?
And these days as well, with everything going on in the world, with the chaos that's out there, I think this is increasingly important.
Yeah.
People's mental health is suffering, and we've got the simplistic tools here to be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's learning that practice and connecting. It's going back to the basics, going back to how people used to live before everything got so complicated, and machines and computers and AI and social media and everything else. So being able to bring it back to its simplistic, okay, I'm just a human being that's just trying to connect to the people around me, connect to the energy out there in the world, it just brings those couple of moments of peace.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it?
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like if I think about the person I was before I started coming to these.
And how many times have you actually been here now?
So this is my sixth
time.
I believe. Yeah, my sixth retreat.
Yeah.
And if you were to tell me 5 years ago that I'd be going off into the woods to go and meditate with some people that I've never met before, I would have laughed in your face, mate.
Yeah, same as that.
Like I thought mental health was just a figment of the imagination and people weren't strong enough until it impacted me.
Yeah.
And then at that crisis point, I had to turn to this. So I'd recommend anyone, before you get to that crisis point, if you start seeing those little cracks, you're not able to control your thoughts, you're not able to find peace, you're not happy in yourself, you don't know if you love yourself, try something like this. It might give you those moments of peace, and it'll give you that skill set and tools to be able to deal with the world. Don't get me wrong, it will always pull you back, but that's the practice to come back to the moment.
But it pulls you back less and less now, doesn't it?
Pulls me back less and less. And the way that I was saying to someone else, I think it was yesterday, now when I go into a busy scenario, the office or Christmas markets, bonkers, busy shopping centre, I can feel this kind of bubble of mindfulness around me.
Yeah.
That I'm just here.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about all the other variables that are going on, and I can always come back to them.
Yeah, because you just come back to your present moment, not what's been going on all around you, all the crazy chaos.
That's it, because the human brain isn't built to compute all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not. It's built to deal with simplistic things, and yes, it can deal with complex problems, but you need to be able to give it the time and space to be able to do so.
Yeah.
And when you're caught up in your thoughts, you might, this is going to sound weird, you might think that's working.
Yeah.
But what, in my opinion, what has helped me is giving the subconscious the time and space to be able to deal with things. And this is going to sound really weird, but ideas come to me in those moments.
Yeah.
In those moments of peace. I've had some of my best work ideas, some of my best kind of business ideas, some of my best ideas how to deal with family challenges when my mind is more quiet.
Yeah.
So that is,
when you calm the chaos down in your own mind, it gives you an actual clear level of thinking, doesn't it?
It starts working as it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
as opposed to us, let's say, getting stuck in a cycle, ruminating on the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So it's super powerful. The people here are so friendly, so welcoming. Chrissy makes the most amazing vegetarian food. I'm not a vegetarian, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And I really look forward to it. And everyone greets you with a hug, and everyone is open to discussing the challenges that you're facing and give you tips as to how they've dealt with challenges and what you can do going forward. And I always leave these retreats feeling lighter. My family always comment on how energetic I am when I come back, how I'm looking at the world from a different way. And what you'll find as well is if you come to these, you will start connecting with more like-minded people.
Yes.
The universe, for lack of better terms, will bring people together. And I've experienced things like connecting with a mindfulness community at work that I never thought would have existed, being able to spread the word and being able to help others as well. Because like I said, mental health is a big challenge these days. A lot of people are experiencing anxiety, depression, ADHD, bipolar, all of the acronyms under the sun. And this is my way of dealing with that, both for myself, for my family. I've brought people closer to the practice, and everyone that I've talked to about this and kind of they've experienced some level of meditation have just spoken about the moments of peace that they've been able to have. And those moments are so sacred.
Yeah.
So sacred. And you see the world in a different light. In my opinion, the way the world's meant to be seen.
Exactly that, yeah. How it used to be seen.
Exactly. Because our ancestors had it right.
Yeah.
Our ancestors had it right. We built all of these complex systems on top of it.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons, because they were right at the time. But they are taking our minds away in a completely different space as to away from our true selves.
So will you come back again?
Definitely, definitely.